Welcome to Elena Magic Channel, where I dive into the psychological portraits of film characters. I analyze their inner worlds, uncover hidden meanings, and decode the film's ending from a psychological perspective. Subscribe to explore the characters on a deeper level. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about one of the most anticipated superhero movies of the year, Supergirl. DC is officially entering a brand new era, and this movie could become one of the most important projects for the future of the DC universe. So, was Supergirl worth the hype? Okay, let's break it all down. The story, the action, the performances, the visuals, and whether this film truly delivers something fresh for superhero fans. For years, Supergirl has lived in the shadow of Superman. And most casual audiences know her simply as Superman's cousin, but this movie tries to change that completely. Promptly directed by Craig Gillespie and inspired by the comic woman of tomorrow, this version of Supergirl is darker, more emotional, and far more intense than many fans expected. Instead of giving us another clean and hopeful hero story, the movie explores trauma, survival, loneliness, and rage, all through the eyes of Kara Zor-El. And honestly, that's what makes this film stand out immediately. The movie follows Kara after the destruction of Krypton. Unlike Superman, who arrived on Earth as a baby and was raised in a loving human family, Kara remembers Krypton. She remembers the suffering, the loss, and the people she couldn't save. Blender, that emotional weight becomes the heart of the film. Throughout the story, Supergirl travels across space alongside a young alien girl seeking revenge against the man who destroyed her family. Their journey becomes both a revenge story and a character study about pain and identity. The movie feels surprisingly mature for a DC superhero film. There are quieter moments, emotional conversations, and scenes that focus more on character development than non-stop action. But don't worry, the action is still huge. Let's talk about the biggest surprise of the movie, the actress playing Supergirl. She absolutely carries this film. Instead of portraying Kara as cheerful and perfect, the performance feels raw and human. She's powerful, but emotionally broken. You can feel her anger, sadness, and isolation in almost every scene. And that emotional realism makes her one of the most believable DC characters we've seen in years. The supporting cast also does a strong job, especially the relationship between Kara and the young girl traveling with her. Their chemistry gives the movie heart and helps balance the darker tone. The villain is solid too. Maybe not one of the greatest comic book villains ever, but threatening enough to make the stakes feel real. Visually, Supergirl looks incredible. The space scenes are beautiful, the planets feel unique, and the cinematography gives the movie a more cinematic style compared to some recent superhero films. The fight scenes are brutal and intense. This isn't the colorful, lightweight style some people expected. Supergirl fights with emotion, and you can feel the impact of every battle. One thing I really appreciated is that the movie doesn't rely too heavily on CGI overload. There's a balance between spectacle and storytelling. Some sequences genuinely look like pages ripped directly from a comic book. And the soundtrack, fantastic. The music adds emotion without overpowering the scenes, especially during the quieter moments. A lot of people are going to compare this movie to Man of Steel, and Honestly, that comparison makes sense. Both films deal with Kryptonian identity and isolation, but Supergirl feels more personal and emotional. Where Superman represents hope, Kara represents survival. That difference gives the movie its own identity. It also feels very different from older DC projects because the tone is more focused and character driven. You can tell DC is trying to build a universe with stronger storytelling this time. And if this is the direction they're going in, that's a very good sign. Weaknesses. Now, the movie isn't perfect. The pacing in the middle section slows down quite a bit, and some viewers may find the emotional scenes too long. And there are also a few moments where the dialogue feels overly dramatic, especially during some of the serious monologues. And while the villain works for the story, they probably won't become an iconic DC antagonist. Some fans, expecting nonstop superhero action, may also be surprised by how emotional and philosophical the film becomes. But personally, I think that's what makes it unique. Final verdict. Peña. Overall, Supergirl is one of the strongest modern DC movies and a surprisingly emotional sci-fi adventure. It's darker, smarter, and more character-focused than many people expected. The performances are excellent, the visuals are stunning, and most importantly, the movie finally gives Supergirl her own identity outside of Superman's shadow. If DC can maintain this level of quality moving forward, the future of the DC universe actually looks exciting again. So my final rating for Supergirl is, 8 out of 10. Definitely worth watching in theaters. Blamed. But now I want to hear from you guys. Are you excited for Supergirl? Okay. Do you think this movie could save the future of DC? And who's your favorite DC hero of all time? Write your thoughts down in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another movie review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.